Guys and gals, my name is Luke. This is the Outdoor Gear Review, and today I'm showing you all how to set up the Sierra Designs High-Side 1 tent. When it comes to purchasing a tent, some of the most important information deals with the setup process. How easy or how complex is it? So in this episode, I will show you all how to set up this tent so you guys can make that decision for yourself. Now, when it comes to the setup, this is very straightforward and easy. You need to separate the poles and the stakes, separate the fly. Starting with the body first, go ahead, unroll this and lay it out in the direction that you want the tent to go. So that looks good for me. Now you want to focus on the four corners. You are going to stake those out. So pull all of the stakes out. You will need all of them. And you might as well go ahead and pull out the poles as well, because you are going to need those afterwards. So take 4 stakes and stake out the corners now. For now, loosely stake this out because you will make further adjustments at the end. So the corners are staked out. Now it's time to move to the poles. Now there's something I want you to pay attention to when it comes to these poles. There's a small pole and a long pole. The long pole goes at the top with the door. The small pole goes at the bottom. Take a look at the poles here. As you can see, one end is blue. Carrying on. The other end is gold. Everything here is color coded, so you can get the poles in the right locations. You have a blue clip. This is where the pole connects into. And if you go straight across, you have a gold clip. So the gold end goes in the gold clip. The blue end goes into the blue clip. The same is true for the top of the tent. Now that you have the poles clipped in, it's time to clip the body to the poles. Now that the body is set up with the poles, it is time to move on to the fly. This is very simple. It simply drapes over the top. As you lay the fly over the tent, you will see that there are 2 sections of Velcro at the bottom and at the top. Those sections need to be wrapped around the poles to secure the fly to the tent. Now that the fly is Velcroed to the poles, you have to address the clips that are in each of the corners. And then go around the perimeter of the tent, finishing staking out the fly. Now that you have everything clipped in, you have a decision to make. How do you want to address the door? Because with this tent, you could pull it out, stake it out like so, or you could unzip this and make a shelf. It's actually very cool. For this episode, I will go ahead and do the shelf. But of course, you can stake it out this way. When you're doing the shelf, you can either use trekking poles or you can use sticks. It's completely up to you. In this case, I have my trekking poles here. Start at the bottom and unzip the fly, then unzip the fly at the top. Now for this to work, you need some lines to secure your trekking poles or sticks. Luckily, Sierra Designs provides these. They should be in the same pocket as the stakes. On the side of the tent here, with the fly that you just unzipped, there is a loop. You can put that around the top of your pole, secure a line to the pole, pull it out, put a stake in the ground, use your line locks, and you are good to go. Do the same for this side. Just in case you're wondering, that big black barrel back there is a rain catch. I actually had that thing 100% full at one point in time, and some cows got in and knocked it over. You can't have anything nice because of the cows. And the donkeys, and the deer, and the bear, and all the other critters of the forest. So as you can see there, we have the high side tent all set up. This baby's pretty much ready to go. The only thing that I did not do is go around and finish staking it out. That's self-explanatory. You guys know how to do that. As you can see, This is a pretty easy process, especially once you've done this a time or two. Setting up the body, very simple. Setting up the fly is slightly complicated because it requires so many stakes, especially if you want to do the high side setup. All in all, it's very, very easy. There's nothing much to complain about here. It's a fairly windy day today, and this tent is doing an amazing job. The winds have been gusting up to 20 miles an hour, no issues at all. When it comes to the setup for the Sierra Designs High Side 1 tent, very, very easy. On a scale of 1 to 10, 0 being super easy, 10 being very complicated, I would give this a 3-4, something like that. It's very easy, really. It just takes a little bit of time working your way around this tent to stake it out because it requires so many stakes. Guys, gals, I appreciate you all watching. If you have any questions, make sure to email me. I try to go through the comments, but I can't. There's just too many. Thousands and thousands every single day, and that's because of you all. Thank you guys and gals so much for interacting with the channel, commenting, sharing your thoughts. Share your thoughts about the High Side. What do you guys think about this thing? What do you guys think about Sierra Designs as a whole? I'll be the first to admit that I've harped on them a lot over the years in regards to their color schemes. While this one's not perfect, it's not bad. It's not like Teletubby yellow or anything like that. The review for this tent is coming up very soon, so make sure to stay tuned to the channel. Strength and honor. See you guys around.